Tonight on News 5 Live, an undertaker comes forward to clear his name following the accidental cremation of Dornell Talbert. Falling debris at the Novelos bus terminal land 2 women in the KHMH. Why was Shine Barrow's request to have Patrick Fauber and Tracy Panton's seat vacated denied? And in tonight's episode of Belize on Real, we look at Shawn Gill's career as a Belizean athlete. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
It's that time of year again. Time to celebrate being Belizean and do it in style. Enjoy incredible discounts on our wide selection of vibrant colors like 15% off Berger, Penta, and domestic decorative paints store-wide, 25% off Penta Decon Matte Emulsion, and 25% off select Penta Flat Emulsion, Weather Shield, and High Gloss paints. Plus, 25% off select Berger 303, 404, and Everglow paints, 30% off Valspar paints, 40% off all Dutch Boy paints, and up to 40% off discontinued and clearance colors, 20% off all Pisaforte tiles, all mirrors, and Eureka vats. Plus, major discounts on clearance items. So don't miss out on these amazing deals. Come in today or contact us online. Brother Sabet wishes all Belizeans home and abroad a happy and safe September celebrations.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, September 12th. I am Sabrina Daly. On Wednesday night, we brought you the horrific story of 26-year-old Dornell Talbert. He is the resident of Doublehead Cabbage who was murdered over the weekend, and his body was mistakenly cremated only a couple days later. Munnings Funeral Home broke the unfortunate news to the family on Wednesday afternoon. The owner, Andrew Munnings, is taking full responsibility for the horror. He contends, however, that the third-party funeral home he contracted to transport Talbert's body from Borrelboom to the KHMH morgue got the instructions all wrong and proceeded to cremate the body instead. Well, today we spoke with the director of the funeral home that was contracted as a third party, Leva Funeral Home. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
First of all, I got a call from Mr. Munnings. So I asked him, are you ready for the cremation? He said no. Finance is not available as yet, but I have a body for you to pick up at Borrelboom and deal with. When I get that statement to deal with a body, it's direct cremation. If you say transport from point A to point B, that's different.
That's the voice of Chico. He is using a childhood alias and is speaking off camera for fear of his safety. Chico runs a funeral home that mistakenly cremated the body of 26-year-old Dornell Talbert earlier this week. Talbert was shot and killed in Scotland Half Moon on Saturday. As the undertaker explains, a cremation that was scheduled for Monday was eventually postponed.
And first of all, this mix-up with a man and a woman, it can't be possible. One body is at Carl Hushner from August 31st, and one body is at Borrelboom. So there is no mix-up in a male and a female. The mix-up is miscommunication, cremation, and transport from Borrelboom to Carl Hushner.
How do you interpret a body to deal with as cremation?
Because usually, if you say transport from point A to point B, I know that's clear. I pick up from point A to point B. When you say I have a next body you pick up and deal with, automatically, in my head, that's cremation because that's the term already used to.
A tomb for what should have been Talbert's casket has already been constructed at the Doublehead Cabbage Cemetery. The grave error, however, now means that a metal urn will be placed inside the concrete tomb and not a wooden casket. Stephanie Talbert spoke with us today while standing next to her son's tomb.
Well, can't make no arrangement. They say this done, they done. We just have to finish it, and then we put this person who's supposed to be my son in there. Cause I don't know if this is my son. This not even have a name. It just mark in loving memory. In loving memory of who? Who? Mr. Mullen did everything he could have done for us and more and worse, because now I have to deal with this, and so we just do this, and we do it on our own. We have our pastor and everything, and we're gonna do the service with, because now it's not a funeral service. It's like a celebration to remember a life. So we're just going to go through with everything. It's still the same, it's just that now it's without a body.
According to Andrew Munnings, before any cremation, the funeral home must be in possession of a death certificate and full authorization must be given by the family. In this case, while Munnings' funeral home had the death certificate, none of the funeral homes were in possession of a consent form from Darnell Talbert's family.
The body should have been in the morgue from Monday evening. Keep in mind the actual morgue was awaiting this body to come back from Monday evening. If it is that I had scheduled a cremation, the morgue may have done lock up by 5. The morgue never made a wait for anybody. There was no consent for any cremation, anything. When I got the death certificate, it was from an employee at the medical college, because the family member that went to witness the actual post-mortem did not have any net. You have to send me that for me to say, all right, I declare that I am the person in charge of this body. That is the reason why I called the other funeral home. Please go ahead. I am dealing with my daughter. Please go ahead and move the body from Boom and bring the body back to KHMA.
Leiva's funeral home trusted that its counterpart had all the paperwork dealt with and would make the proper submissions after the September 10th holiday. Chico says all he needed to move the body from Burl Boom was a death certificate, which was left at the facility's security booth.
Listen to me. These guys contract me to cremate. So once they call me and tell me go ahead, they deal with the paperwork. I go and do the physical part because it's not my personal job. If it was my personal job, I would have known that this is no cremation, because then I would have been up there with that farm. I don't use no other agent or no other people. I try to be there the best of my ability if I can. So these kind of things don't happen. This is nothing strange to me. Sometimes the body is decomposed, sometimes post-mortem finish when the office is already shut. So this is nothing strange to me. Like, this is the first time I went to do a cremation without certain documents.
Chico insists that the blunder was the result of miscommunication and nothing more. The situation has left his entire staff distressed, and he sends his condolences to the family. News 5 understands that the family of Darnell Talbert is weighing its options, including the possibility of legal recourse.
You need at least a family member, the paper from the postmortem, like the death certificate, and none of them they never given. So I still, as I say, we need more answers. We need answers. There are more questions than answers, because there's so much thing needed to be have done to go through with whatever it's called, cremation. I get it correct, cremation.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
57-year-old businessman Simeon Herrera has been charged in connection with the fatal road traffic accident that claimed the life of 19-year-old Tamisha Gill on September 8th in Santa Elena town. As we reported, Tamisha and her brother Keenan Rag were traveling on a motorbike towards San Ignacio when a pickup truck traveling in the opposite direction made a sudden turn into their lane. The siblings collided into the vehicle and were flung off the motorbike. Tamisha sustained fatal injuries. On Wednesday, police charged Herrera with 1 count of manslaughter by negligence, causing death by careless conduct, failure to give way when changing direction, driving a motor vehicle without due care and attention, driving a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, and driving a motor vehicle not covered by a third-party risk insurance. Tamisha's father, Graham Gill, urged motorists to be more cautious on the nation's highways.
In certain cases, I just want to reflect on the life of my daughter. You know, I mean, the incident and the accident is something else besides what's going to happen. But I just want to reflect that she lived a good life, a happy life. She was an amazing child, like my wife says. A lot of potential ahead of her, for sure. Tragedy does happen in this world and in this life, we all know that. But sometimes tragedy can be avoided by just being a little bit more careful on both sides. You understand, being a biker as a driver, because I have the same experience, and actually being as a driver of a vehicle. We just need to learn how to take more keen attention and pay more keen attention when we're driving. When you're driving, the lives of other people is also in your hands. I explain that to my son, and I hope that other people who are actually driving take that into consideration as well. When we drive on the road, we're not driving for ourselves, but we're driving for everybody else as well.
Two unsuspecting women escaped grave injuries this afternoon when rubble from the roof of the bus terminal on East Collet Canal fell on them. The women were having a brief conversation on the sidewalk just outside of the building when a piece of cement fell from the rooftop and landed on them. It was a frightening experience for persons in the immediate area, and the mishap has led to questions about the integrity and soundness of the building. News 5's Isani Cayetano visited the scene today and spoke with members of the Taxi Association. He also spoke with the husband of one of the women who remains hospitalized at the KHMH tonight. Here's that story.
A 53-year-old woman is hospitalized at the KHMH after being struck by falling debris at Novelos bus terminal here in Belize City. Anna Chanim and her husband, Felito, arrived at the station around midday and were on the sidewalk in front of the building when she felt a sharp and sudden pain in her right collarbone.
Well, what happened is I came down here today, this morning, me, my wife, and my son-in-law, we went for an interview for a job for me. And after that, well, then we came back and had lunch, and then we decided to catch the bus to go back home to Belmopan. And doing so, my wife was behind me, and I was walking in front of her, and then she paused to speak to another lady, and the roof of the terminal atop the cement building roof fell from up there, and a piece of block fell on her shoulder, all over her shoulder part. And you know, I don't know what is broken. I don't know what it is as yet, but we have her in an emergency at this moment, so we're not sure what the outcome will be.
According to Thomas Garcia, a cab driver who operates from the terminal, he frequently hangs out in front of the building along with members of his taxi association to greet customers. Not once did they realize that high above them, the roof of the building was breaking apart.
All of us like to stand up outside, never know that this thing, they hang on the side. And none of us even look at it that kind of way, right? And apparently, like you have two ladies and one other man was standing out there and waiting for somebody to come and pick them up. And suddenly this thing just break away.
What kind of assistance was given to the two women after they got injured?
Well, apparently they made wait for the ambulance, but according to what I see, like these taximen from out here, they rush the two people to the hospital.
The incident, says Chanim, was rather frightening. The falling debris sent passers-by, as well as people entering the terminal, scrambling for cover.
Everybody was really frightened. People were running all over the place because they think more was coming down. They thought, like, more of the building was falling. So, I mean, everybody was frightened because little bricks were still falling, little small pieces. So everybody was running for shelter. Man, I was terrorized. I was frightened, because the thing is, my wife was behind me. I didn't even know that the thing fell on her because I think the impact that she got at the moment, she didn't react. She reacted like a couple minutes after she realized that she got hurt. And that's when she jumped and hugged me. And then when she hugged me, she was falling, and I had to lift her up because, she couldn't even stand up, and it was very frightening, really, really, because I didn't expect something like that. I mean, that's right out of the blues. I mean, you're going to the bus terminal, this thing could have fallen on her head, imagine.
In the wake of what took place earlier today, Garcia is making an appeal to the management of the terminal to assess the building for structural soundness.
I would like to make the guy that runs this terminal and so on to keep on checking and make sure that this do not happen again, because this is a lawsuit for these people, wishing these people never touch nothing for make that could drop on them. But what I'm saying is that by right, they're supposed to check it out.
Was there any response from the persons who were in the building on the second floor?
No. There was none. There were just couple employees sitting on top laughing. I don't know what was funny, but I guess they found something funny about it. But nobody from the terminal itself that is in charge did come down and say anything or check what was the problem. I would like to let them take responsibility as well, because as I say, I am not working right now, and hospital is a bill. So, then take some responsibility and see what they can do to help.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
Coming up, George Price Center hosts House meeting on Friday.
Friday, September 20th, Guinness Sounds of Greatness Set in the World and Digi Wallet present the 10th Annual Soca and Culture Fest live at the Belize Civic Center. Doors open at 9 p.m. Come ready to jump, wave, and sing to an unforgettable night featuring the baddest soca trio to grace the stage. The Byron Lee headliners, Leon Caldero, Lima Calvio, and Oscar B with their band, firing up the stage with classics like these. All the way up to new hits like these.
Looking for sweetness to put inside a market.
Alongside international dancehall reggae superstars, Mr. Brock It Down, Mr. Gallus. It's Mr. Vegas blazing the stage together with Jamaica's hottest dancehall artist, Nige Boy. Along with DJ Anna Ultrasimo, Belize's best, the General Super G, the Young Star, Hubie, Belize Soca Queen, Ernestine Carballo, and Belize's top DJs.
Get your deals this weekend at the Expo. Platinum is only $190, VIP is only $125, and General is only $40. This Saturday and Sunday, next to the main stage at the Expo.
Friday, September 20th at the Belize Civic Center, the 10th Annual Soca and Culture Fest, featuring the Byron Lee headliners, Jamaica's hottest dancehall artist, Nige Boy, and Mr. Vegas. Be there.
Attention Digi customers! Being a Digi customer is now even more rewarding with our new DigiPoints loyalty and rewards app. Digi customers countrywide can now earn Digi loyalty points and redeem points for awesome prizes like Digi merch, Digi cash, Digi services, vouchers, coupons, and more. Use your points to play fun games and win even more amazing prizes. You can be one of our daily winners. Excited? You should be. Download and register for DigiPoints and begin to earn points and win today. Available in your favorite app store.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
MacNav Visual Strategies, where creativity meets business. Step inside our world of innovative visual solutions. From captivating graphic design to expansive wide-format productions, our services are tailored to bring your vision to life. Experience the impact of our high-quality signage and billboards, embroidery, promotional items, and professional paper printing, all designed to elevate your brand's presence. Every project reflects our commitment to creativity, quality, and client satisfaction. At MacNav Visual Strategies, we transform ideas into visual realities. Get in touch today.
Since the National Assembly building was constructed in 1971, it has been the venue of the country's parliamentary proceedings. But as the country grew over the years, so did the constituencies, which means that there are spacing issues. Aside from that, the building was in dire need of repairs, and the government of Taiwan came through and provided the funding for the upgrade of the historic building. So for the next 12 months, all House meetings will be held at the George Price Center, while the necessary works are being carried out. Today, Speaker of the House, Valerie Woods, called the media to the center to show us seating arrangements and how the temporary venue has been outfitted to carry out the proceedings. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
It was 53 years ago that this historic landmark, the National Assembly building, was opened to conduct the people's business. Now it has grown out of space and needs an urgent upgrade that will allow for the country's most important business to be carried out there for at least a few more years.
The National Assembly on Independence Hill was built and constructed and inaugurated in 1970. So we're looking at 50 plus years without any major renovations. In addition to that, we're looking at a National Assembly, a legislature that has grown from when it was first inaugurated.
Speaker of the House, Valerie Woods, says that the upgrade must include retrofitting that takes everyone's needs into account.
Not too long ago, there was a passage of the Disabilities Bill, which was made into law. And that was a very clear and glaring example that our legislature, even though it speaks to the House of Representatives and it is the People's House of Representatives, is simply not accessible. It's not accessible by members of the public who have mobility issues and quite frankly by members of Parliament, as well as staff who may have mobility issues and media as well. So that was also an urgent need to do that. It fosters inclusion as well.
Over the next 12 months, the National Assembly building will undergo major transformation to make it contemporary and necessary repairs to a leaky roof that deteriorated over time. But to get the work done, a temporary venue had to be identified where the House meetings can be held. Woods says the George Price Center for Peace and Development is that building. Even that venue had to be prepared to specificity for the business at hand.
We worked with the board of the George Price Center for Peace and Development, and thanks to their accommodation and to the excellent work of the engineers, architects over at the Ministry of Infrastructure and Development and Housing, we are now able to hold a House meeting that a House and of course Senate meetings afterwards that will be in a chamber that replicates that of the legislature, is functional as per our standing orders.
The only drawback to the current venue is that the space does not allow for a public gallery inside the building. So come Friday, when the first House meeting will be held at the George Price Center, there will be no audience in attendance.
The only option, quite frankly, to have persons present for the public gallery would be housing them under a tent outside with a big screen, but we're taking this on a case-by-case basis. The House meeting tomorrow is our first real test run. We think we've done everything in the planning. We started as early as May, and with the teamwork of the staff here, got it ready. And we think we've managed or anticipated glitches, but tomorrow will be our first test.
The media has been assigned to a small seating area with chairs to carry the meetings live. When the renovated National Assembly building is complete within the next year, it should have a more modern look with improved acoustics and an overall improved working environment and accessibility for all. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
On September 5th, the leader of the opposition, Moses Shine Barrow, wrote to the Speaker of the House, Valerie Woods, asking her to remove 2 elected representatives from the UDP side of the floor. The ongoing dispute between Barrow and the faction that calls itself Alliance for Democracy has been festering for quite some time and has reached new levels. It has gone before the House Speaker, where Barrow sought her intervention to remove his party colleagues from the House. But the Speaker told reporters today that she cannot grant his request because it is not permitted under the Constitution.
I responded and I laid it out based on the sections that the Leader of Opposition cited, why the threshold was not met, and therefore no such declaration will be made at the House meeting. They are members of the House of Representatives, and that is all 31 are members of the House of Representatives. I have received no resignation that has been tendered to any of the party leaders regarding any of their members having resigned. A careful look at the Constitution, particularly at the sections cited, will demonstrate that the threshold has not been met, the criteria has not been met, and therefore I cannot the Speaker is not in a position to make any such declaration.
This idea of constructively resigned, based on your knowledge of the Constitution, does this actually exist? Is this a legitimate term?
The terminology used, constructively resigned, does not appear anywhere in the Constitution. But more importantly, what appears in the Constitution under the sections cited, that would be the 59, what appears there is a very clear indication of how a member, makes announcement or pronouncement or notification of his or her resignation. And that has not occurred.
It's been almost a month since the third CEO in the Ministry of Transport has demitted office. The last CEO, Dr. Gilroy Middleton, joined the ministry in January, but only remained there for 7 months before resigning. Today, the Minister of Transport, Rodwell Ferguson, assured us that there is no problem between him and his CEOs. To date, he has changed 3 chief executive officers. He explained that in the last case, it was simply a matter of Middleton getting a better job offer from the University of Belize.
Before the CEO left, we had a very good relationship. As a minister, I think my passion is in teaching. I want to go back into the classroom. I say went back into the classroom.
And do you know who will replace him?
At the moment, I have one person working temporarily until the Prime Minister decided to give me a CEO.
Belize's Special Envoy for Women and Children, Rossana Briceño, is participating in the 4th Summit of First Ladies and Gentlemen in Ukraine to address child safety in families. The conference is hosted by the First Lady of Ukraine to bring together global leaders to discuss critical issues affecting families and children worldwide. The Special Envoy will be a key participant in a discussion that focuses on topics such as parenting challenges, government support for families, and mental health care for children. This dialogue aims to foster collaborative solutions and share best practices to enhance child safety and well-being across diverse contexts. While in attendance, the Special Envoy will participate in a UNICEF podcast session, visit a National Children's Hospital that was severely impacted by recent missile attacks, and tour the newly established Child Rights Protection Center. The delegation will also be featured in a special cover photo shoot for Elle Ukraine, dedicated to the 4th Summit and soft power initiatives. After the break, Belize's 2-time Olympian Shawn Gill's legendary run. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
UNICEF is supporting the Belize government and other stakeholders in promoting healthy eating in schools by enforcing government policy on banning the sale of sugary beverages. This initiative addresses the high prevalence of overweight children, which stands at 36%, and obesity at 12.5%.
Non-communicable diseases have been the top cause of death and disability in our country. And as a ministry, we looked at trying to target children and adolescents in our schools.
The schools provide a very good opportunity for us to reach our target group.
So we have our health educators and community health workers who are really taking on this campaign into the classroom settings.
The campaign at my school restricts how much soft drinks that I intake, and also with the unhealthy chips, it allows me to stop eating it as often as I would.
I prefer eating healthy because the healthy foods taste delicious and it benefits my body.
My favorite fruits are orange, apple, and banana. They taste delicious and they keep me healthy.
In the last decade, the name Shawn Gill has become one that is well known to Belizeans for his accomplishments in track and field. For nearly 20 years, the 31-year-old athlete worked his way up to becoming one of Belize's biggest names in running, going on to represent the country twice at the Olympics. Since his early days, Gill has been an advocate for Belizean youth pursuing their dreams. Recently, Gill spoke about the challenges athletes face in Belize, specifically when it comes to funding for facilities, equipment, and transportation. Upon returning home from the 2024 Paris Olympics, Gill announced his retirement, choosing instead to pursue a career in his other passion, engineering. In tonight's edition of Belize on Real, News 5's Brittany Gordon highlights some of the pivotal moments of Gill's career and spoke with some of the coaches that aided Gill along the journey.
Imagine having the weight of the country on your back. Thousands of Belizeans depending on you to make your country shine. For Shawn Gill, he didn't have to imagine. That was his reality. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, Gill gained international recognition for the pride, passion, and patriotism he displayed while waving the Belizean standard as the country's lone Olympian. But Shawn Gill has been a respected name in track and field for the country for about 20 years, racking up medals in the Commonwealth Games and the Central American Games. He made his Olympic debut in 2022 in Tokyo.
It's really heartwarming, because it's a dream, as athletes, this is how we dream about. The Olympics are the biggest stage when it comes to, all the sports, all the disciplines in the world, swimming, track, canoeing, any sport you can think about, right? And this is really the highest stage you can be. So, as a kid growing up, this is always the dream, and sometimes I feel like it never may happen, but I just stick to the sport. I've been in the sport for 10, 15 years now, and I guess the hard work to pay off now.
Belize is one of many countries highly underrepresented at the Olympics. To increase diversity, the International Olympic Committee allows countries to send delegates who do not initially qualify to compete in select events. These are known as universality places. In 2021, Gill was selected as one of the athletes to receive a universality place. Gill's Olympic career did not end there. In 2022, he received an Olympic scholarship, which allowed him to finance his training and improve his skills in the hopes of competing in the 2024 Olympic Games. Coach Ryan Dahl, who trained with him at Texas A&M University in Kingsville, says that Gill is a natural role model and a leader to younger athletes.
It was great working with Shawn, very hard worker, a very coachable athlete. He always tried to listen to the coaches and do the things that we asked him to do. He was a very good leader for our team. Especially as he got older, a lot of the younger athletes really looked up to him and went to him for advice and guidance and things, not just about track, but just about life in general. You know, when you have someone who's been at the Olympics and large international meets, you know, the other athletes really respect that and want to learn from him and you know, learn of his experiences as well. So it was great having him here. You know, we're definitely going to miss him.
Being able to represent Belize at the Olympics was an exciting moment in Gill's career. But according to Dahl, he celebrated his wins no matter how big or small.
Him competing at 2 Olympics was certainly memorable. We got to see him on TV and everything like that. So it was very exciting to be able to do that. You know, and then, you know, Shawn, you know, there were several races that he did real well. I remember one here at home that he ran. He had been, I think, kind of stagnant in his progression for a little while, and then we had a home meet, I think it was, and he ran a new personal best, and he was real excited about that. And obviously we were all excited for him.
One of the challenges Gill faced in his career was the lack of resources in Belize. Sports continues to be severely underfunded and the facilities remain in disrepair.
It's going to take heavy investment from the sporting bodies here in Belize, obviously heavy investment from the government. We do need the fund support from, you know, our Belizeans. And aside from that, you know, especially with track and field, we don't necessarily have the facilities. So most people, not even just the Caribbean countries, but most people leave their country to find better environments for training. You know, I mean, even some of the great world-class athletes, they leave their country and go to Jamaica because they know that Jamaica is the mecca for sprinting, you know, so we kind of have to look at it and, you know, start doing the same.
Still, Gill pushed on due to his love for the sport. The reality of the matter is that being a full-time athlete is difficult to accomplish in Belize. Many resort to participating in sports as a hobby. Frederick Evans, a Belizean coach, has been training athletes since the 1960s. He says that the terrible condition of the facilities is a contributing factor as to why track and field athletes do not thrive in Belize.
Towards the end, Shawn came to Belize. He tried to train here, but this track is just about done. As soon as he did a little bit of running here, he started to have pain because the track is unresponsive. It's like hard instead of give and take, right? So he had to limit whatever little bit he could do here. And he was supposed to go back to Houston, to Texas, to train with his coach. But there was, I really don't know what all this was about, but there was some kind of financial problem which made him unable to go ahead and do that, right? And so over a period of years, he has been one of our top athletes. And he really put in his time and effort. Unfortunately, circumstances over the last couple of years were a little bit against his attaining his real potential.
Evans has trained with hundreds of athletes over his 60-year career, and he remembers Gill as a zealous athlete.
Shawn was dedicated and committed. Sprinters need to be aggressive to be successful, and he had that aggressive nature about him, right? Which in some cases led some people to not like him too much. But you're not in this to make friends nor to make enemies, as the case may be. Right? He was very talented, and I personally believe that he did not get to reach his true potential.
While his professional career in track and field might be over, the love he embodies for his country continues to thrive. No matter what his next pursuit may be, Shawn will have the support of his country right there with him.
I just want to say thank you for all the support around the globe, especially Belizeans at home and abroad. Everybody doesn't know, but this was my last race. I'm retiring. This is the official announcement. Thank you all. It's been about 18 years, you know. This was the last one. And it's a sad moment for me. I didn't compete. I didn't get the performance I expected, but this was the last one. So thanks to everyone. This is my farewell tour. Most of my highlights came at the Central American Championships, where we compete in the region. Back home at our nationals, I went to Texas A&M University, Kingsville for about 4 years at the College of Engineering. Those were the highlights of my career, and I'm very grateful.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
When we return, shortage of license plates and stickers again at transport.
Remember, not all light bulbs are created equal. Our lighting department offers a wide assortment of light fixtures and accessories to suit your style. So stop in today and get the right illumination for your homecation. And don't forget your B-Box when you make a purchase. Benny's, quality and savings.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected. Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle.
stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
As we reported on Wednesday, 3 new e-buses have arrived in Belize. Those buses will be assigned to a company that is currently running a public transportation operation. Today, the Minister of Transport, Rodwell Ferguson, told News 5 that the company that qualifies for the routes will come right from among the existing pool of bus operators. This, he said, will ensure that there will be no additional competition.
The first start was 2 EV buses in Belize City, and then now 3 that will service the Western and the Northern Highway. If you notice, we put out the bid, we put out the tender, and those who have interest will bid, and then our committee will sit down and decide who is the best person to bid to get all the rounds, because one company will manage the 3 buses at least for 1 year pilot project. We are getting the same operators to apply, and so it will be one of them that may be successful, and so they are already in the system. So when they bring anybody new to compete along with them.
For yet another time, there's a shortage of license stickers and license plates. Today, the Minister of Transport said that they had received a press release in August informing them that they were in stock. But in just a month, the stock was depleted. He did not shy away from taking blame and assured us that the problem should be fixed shortly.
As the minister responsible, I guess the buck stops at me. But ever since I did tell my staff, we must get the act together. So you know, put that database in place. I'm asking them for the last year, make I have a minimum re-order level, a maximum re-order level, so you know we reach 200 attempt to re-order. Right now, I believe we are getting to that milestone, and hopefully after September, there should be no more issue with license plates. As those first that came in, they're gone. And I want to applaud the Belizean people that they want to do things the legal way, and they come and demand a license plate and come and demand their stickers. But we are now almost over the hump, and we should be able to come back and stream.
Why has it taken this long?
I say it's internal, and I hope that I got it fixed now.
Up next, Belize's top tourist destinations gets compactor garbage trucks.
You want to know you're covered. Take time to review your policy details. Are you adequately covered for hurricane damage? Visit us at 1 Coney Drive in Belize City or one of our convenient countrywide agents. Don't face stormy weather without the right insurance. Having the correct coverage is priceless. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from. such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa. And for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
5 of Belize's most popular tourist destinations today received compactor garbage trucks from the Belize Tourism Board to help them better manage their garbage collection efforts. The Minister of Tourism, Anthony Mahler, handed over one of the units to Belmopan, Plasencia, San Pedro, Keycocker, and Hopkins. The ceremony took place in Belmopan, a city which itself has encountered problems with the only compactor truck they were using prior to today. News 5's Marian Ali was present and filed this report.
Tourism and clean destinations logically go together. If a city is dirty, it won't be appealing to visitors. Today, the Belize Tourism Board endorsed that concept when it handed over new compactor garbage trucks to 5 of Belize's top tourist destinations. Belmopan, being one of the recipients, is now able to better manage its garbage collection to meet a rapidly growing population. Mayor Pablo Kawich explained.
As Belize continues to grow, maintaining clean, sustainable environments becomes increasingly important, not only for the health of our citizens, but also to sustain the beauty of our country for residents and visitors alike. We understand that the critical role of tourism in our nation's economy and keeping our cities clean is essential to making a positive impression on everyone who visits our beautiful country.
San Pedro, Keycocker, and Plasencia, 3 of Belize's most favored tourist destinations, also received one of the compactor trucks, and the representatives who were on hand to receive them spoke about their usefulness in helping to keep their part of the jewel appealing to visitors.
As everywhere in the country, we do have a garbage problem, so it's no secret about that. But the work that we're doing and working along with the town council and the village council, we've always had meeting discussion about the problems of the garbage, which is always a problem. And we have several meetings. Certainly these trucks, one for Keycocker, one for San Pedro, will be assisting a lot.
The garbage truck that we have had been causing so much breaking down every minute. We were in desperate need of assistance with keeping our community clean. The fact that the collection rates were low in Plasencia, operating costs were very high, the trucks breaking down all the time, we could not continue using them, and because of this, the poor sanitary conditions that our workers had to endure, we had no other choice but to seek help to get a proper garbage disposal system and truck.
Minister of Tourism Anthony Mahler believes that along with marketing Belize is the important issue of managing garbage. He lamented on the lack of civic pride by some Belizeans.
When we go out and sell Belize to the world, it's easy for us to talk about what we have. So I say you don't have to go to Australia to experience great diving and reefs. You don't have to go to Egypt to see temples. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go to New York and any big metropolitan city to feel the different cultures. We have all of that, and we have more caves, rivers, rainforests, etc., and the wealth of that is our people. But for some reason, we don't have
the civic pride that we should have as a nation. We just throw a piece of paper and we laugh and we tell the joke, and I say this over and over, that we go to Chatamal and hold the paper, and then as you get back across to Corozal, you throw it on the street. And that must not continue.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.